in this room, who's everybody's favorite governor?
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom. Yeah. All right.
That is a question that has never been asked to me ever before, and I had no idea what to do.
Who's your favorite mayor then?
Fucking Christ.
Jeff Gordon.
Wasn't Schwarzenegger our governor?
He was.
I know, isn't this fucking state a joke?
And it's crazy to go, I want Schwarzenegger back.
Yeah,
I want Schwarzenegger. Yeah, like, I don't know anyone that's
the
actually
Terminator
happy with Gavin Newsom.
Terminator.
Well, they didn't like him at all. They were saying that he was well, who was the one before him? Was it Jeff?
No, Jerry Brown.
Jerry Brown's puppet.
Oh, really?
That's what they were saying.
So he was just operating under the same administration as Jerry Brown.
That was the
He was the
theory.
San Francisco mayor, I think.
Isn't he also like the nephew of someone else too?
Who?
Newsom? Gavin Newsom?
Oh, he's related to
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, Pelosi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got an N.
Yeah, like, you know, they're all kind of connected somehow.
You'll catch up.
Yeah, so the reason why...
Like the Lannisters and the Bannisters and their...
I like the Lannisters.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people are upset with Gavin Newsom just because a lot of people, I think on both sides of the political spectrum, don't really like what he's been doing.
I wonder if you can win as a politician, like, ever.
Right?
Win?
Everyone just hates you. Everyone just...
You're always wrong. Like, I don't know...
Half of everybody hates
Unless you die.
I think you win by looking at your bank account.
Like, Abraham Lincoln...
So they're like, who cares?
We all love him, right? I don't even remember when that happened. And then JFK, we love him, but you have to get killed.
Oh, yeah.
You mean, like...
I think politicians win when they go, oh shit, I don't care if people love me or hate me. Look at me, I'm getting so rich.
Well, not really, because look at Trump.
Is he getting richer?
I don't think he even cares. I'm assuming. I don't know if he cares about it.
They get power.
through real estate shit. Who knows?
Because, like, he gets the most fucking flack, and he's, like, still doing his shit,
might be
not
loving it.
changing
He
it.
might be
Not
loving
even
it, yeah.
a little bit.
I mean, even Obama had his own... a lot of haters. Like, people were like, Obama's a terrorist. Like, he was never American to begin with. And then they even said, like, Michelle Obama's like a man and like Obama.
That's fucking below the belt.
It's crazy shit, dude. Like,
This is shit, dude. They were calling her a monkey and shit. Like,
yeah, they're
Racist
like,
fucking
yeah,
shit.
they're drawing her as a gorilla.
They even had they made these puppet or mannequins that looked like Obama and hung them from trees and shit. It was fucking wild.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so like every president, I think there's like nobody really loves them. Everyone hates.
There's always someone that isn't going to benefit from their administration, for sure.
And then there's still people that go, I want to be president.
I know.
Knowing all of this.
Because you get the power. You don't give a shit.
Power for sure.
When you're in the elite circles, dude, you don't give a fuck about the people. Don't we know that? Haven't we seen evidence of that?
That's true. But yeah, so I bring up Gavin Newsom because, I don't think he's been doing that great of a job with California. Hence why so many people are leaving California. But
Yeah, but he's trying.
he's trying. Yeah, give him credit, right? Yeah, he's trying. He is trying to do something that I think is pretty cool. He is set to pass a bill that's going to make ethnic studies a graduation requirement for high school students in the state.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, that's cool and all, but
pretty
can
cool.
we fucking just open up our businesses so that we can at least live here?
True.
So that my kids can attend the fucking high school?
Pre-COVID, the news would have been like, "That's fucking awesome."
Yay, finally
But right now,
progress.
we got fires, bro. We got a lot of small businesses that need help.
Can we take care of the
major
base?
companies that are leaving. There's y'all are taxing people up the ass.
We all want to leave.
There's protesting. There's
Yeah, it's like
bro, fix those problems.
both of my legs are broken, and he's like, I got you contacts.
Yeah.
I don't need fucking contacts right now.
Look, your legs are broken. He's like, I fixed the stairs in your house.
It's like, all right, that's cool now. We're gonna have like maybe Asian American studies as something that all schools learn about. That's cool, but fuck.
It's just too reactionary.
The state is fucking burning down, bro. What the fuck?
There's bigger things at hand right
Way
now that
bigger
need to
shit.
be tended to.
Get ahead of it.
But yeah,
Ahead of
but
the problems.
onto this
Damn,
bill.
dude.
But you know what? Let's take 5 seconds and clap for this.
He's trying.
Finally, some positive news.
right.
Positive.
All
Well,
right.
fun fact though, I found out in order to get ethnic studies even into our school system, people had to demonstrate and fight for it, and,
Wow.
and people were against this. Can you believe that? It all started off at UC Berkeley, and the different cultural clubs were like, hey, like, you know, there's been a lot of contribution in America from minorities, and we should have a whole programs studying and celebrating that, and they were violently oppressed by the administration to even having that as a curriculum. And so we came a long way from them having to fucking make demonstrations in school and then being hosed down by police and
What year
fucked
was
up.
this? Like in the 60s?
This was in the 60s during the civil rights movement, and there's footage
Right now in some high schools, that's tragic.
violently attacked by the local community for wanting to study a subject. That's fucking crazy. People are getting jumped and fucked up. So that is a big, I think that is an awesome win. But hearing that, as it just feels like, it just, man, like we have way bigger shit right now to fucking deal with.
Absolutely, absolutely. But the petition that we're talking about here, it states, our education system owes it to us to equip us with the tools to adequately navigate these systems, yet our history courses largely focus on the highlights of European and American history, disregarding the negative impacts of the European experience and misinforming us on how the US government harmed and discriminated against marginalized groups.
I think it's a balance, man, because, so, here's the thing, like, the states are in charge of the kind of like grade school education and like what's in the curriculum, right? And regionally, like we have regional pride in America, right? So if you grew up in Texas, you're gonna learn about the Alamo and like a lot about Texas history. If you're in California, you're gonna learn about the mission system. You're gonna learn about like, you know, Spanish like presence here, and then the natives, and then the same with the East Coasters. They have a lot of pride in just being like
The first
the
founders.
founder of America, right? So it's hella disjointed, and so I think what ends up happening though is we don't all have the same history. So it's very common where outside of the West Coast, I'm looked upon as a complete fucking foreigner and not someone who's like American. Whereas in the West Coast, it's a little bit different where you do learn about like, you know, Asians being involved in the building of America.
Absolutely.
And like in Alabama, they teach that dinosaurs don't exist. So
Right?
it's like,
Do they? Really?
No, because the
well,
Bible Belt
some of the-
area,
yeah, some of those areas.
Right. Yeah.
they actually teach Christianity stuff in the school, and then they don't teach the evolution shit.
Wow.
Dude, I remember meeting someone in the Midwest where they thought that yoga was a sin and it's the devil's work because it's spiritual or some shit or another.
Hot, it's hot yoga.
I mean, when girls wear
I
yoga,
mean, the devil loves the heat.
when girls wear yoga pants, though, that's the devil's work.
That's damn right.
Oh, damn.
Mix those two.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, growing up in Texas for me, like, there was no talk about like Asian studies or anything like that. And like, and you know what? I see it in the textbooks. Like, there's a paragraph for it, but the teacher would never. They would just skip right over it. Like, oh, that's not important.
Well,
And
that's
kinda
true, yeah.
Stick within the
That
Europe.
sucks.
Page 45 to page 55.
Here,
Yep.
like, there's this girl on TikTok now that is getting, she's getting lit up because she has a Japanese rising sun tattoo.
Uh-oh.
And the Koreans Asian in general, because they never really taught that in school here, you know, like about the raping and, you know?
Yeah, because it's more Eurocentric, right? So then the swastika has this like big fucking negative, like bias toward
Yeah.
it.
The worst negative.
It's like, oh shit, it's so bad. But then, you know, like millions of people were killed under Mao's like thing, and then under the Japanese Imperial Army, fuck tons of people were murdered too. Like, and we barely learn about that stuff.
And Stalin too.
Yeah.
Getting
Stalin.
lit up right now, and people are like, how the fuck do you not know? I didn't even know until like 5 years ago.
Well, it's because they still use the flag in Japan too, because that wasn't the same as the Nazi flag. Like that was the Navy's flag, but it still has that bad feeling that they should get rid of because of the bad branding.
But we all know she was in the tattoo shop and she's like, oh, pretty son. Yeah, I'll take that one.
Well, people are saying, well, she served in the Navy for like a year or two also, and she's Filipina. So they're like, she should have known, but I'm just like, shit, I'm a dumbass.
I don't like that how people are like, you should have known.
I am
Everything-
assuming you would know because of this. It's like, bro.
if people knew, they probably wouldn't do it unless they're like a full-on, yeah, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I'm a Japanese imperialist.
Yeah.
As a Filipino, I am.
Yeah.
I'm a Filipino Japanese imperialist.
It's fucked up though. I think that's what contributes to our disjointedness and different idea of what is American. And then it kind of causes a lot of infighting because we don't all
We don't all learn the same thing.
We don't know the same things.
Different countries.
But the best place to attack this problem, like racism and all that stuff, is education. So
Yeah.
that this is positive.
Bringing awareness from a good point in a person's life.
But
you
how
know,
would you
in
even
high school?
teach that in school? Like, you have to teach the history of every country, so they
Yeah,
don't
so they're
grow up and
giving
get
it
offended?
10 years now to develop this program before
Right.
they actually roll it out.
There's a lot of information.
I feel like they need to start off with, hey, it's okay if everyone doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
And as you live life, you're gonna meet a lot of people with different experiences, and you can't assume that they know everything or experience everything that you've experienced. And start off with that.
Like the Vietnamese flag, a lot of people, especially here, don't like the flag with the star because that's a communist flag. A lot of people in Orange County still fly the yellow with the red stripes.
The Adidas flag?
Yeah, the Adidas flag. So it's like, how are people supposed to know this? Like, I was taught that when I was a kid. Like, we don't rock with the star. So now, even now, like, it's so indoctrinated in me that whenever I see that star flag, I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird, you know? Like, because I'm used to the yellow flag.
Yeah.
People just don't know, and you shouldn't shit on people for not knowing these things because it's not our country to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when people say konnichiwa to me, I don't punch them in the face.
Exactly.
I just go, oh, this guy's trying to
Yeah. I went
connect.
to Texas and some old man was like, oh, ni hao. Thank you. That's like,
My
you're
local
trying.
grocery store, they keep saying ni hao to me. There's this one guy that keeps saying ni hao to me. I'm like,
Here?
hi.
Out here? Or
Yeah, here, yeah.
What do you say back? Yeehaw!
Howdy, partner!
it still works for you.
Lasso. Yeah, I know, like I'm from Texas. Yeehaw! Ni hao.
Flick your hat.
But yeah, and so one of the amendments was to push the ethnic studies to 2029 to 2030 year, as opposed to 2025. So they're trying to extend it and trying to get this program right. And another amendment that's happening, which I would say is not a great look for this study, is that they're trying to adopt a locally developed ethnic studies. So depending on where you live,
It's still gonna be disjointed.
it's disjointed. Yeah, exactly. I feel like everyone should learn the same thing across the board, no matter where you live, because ultimately, I feel like our world is getting more and more integrated to online life. You know, and online, it doesn't matter where you live. We all deal with the same problems online.
Yeah, because people be like, don't you know the struggles of the New York Chinatown? I'm like, no, I never been there. So like we need like a common thing that we all learn so we could be more together.
Absolutely. But yeah, so hopefully this is a beginning of some good change in our world.
That's
We'll
cool.
see what happens.
Yeah, it's funny when my European friends know more about America than my American friends because they get educated on not only their own country but the countries around them and our country.
But talk to the people who just became naturalized citizens, and they know the fucking everything.
That's true. New immigrants know America better than Americans.
Everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.